What have I done that has been really stupid, really short-sighted on my own journey so far with money, building prosperity, wanting to create wealth, financial independence, because it has been an important topic to me throughout my life, and I've done some really good things. But I'm dedicating these next few videos to share with you the honest truth of when I've been completely stupid, completely unaware, and made some really, really short-sighted, stupid decisions. So you can learn from it and hopefully do the opposite of what I've done at times that has cost me not only financially, but emotionally, and has set me back sometimes months and years because of the decisions that I've made. And also to share these with you to reinforce for myself around what not to do and what to do, to take these experiences as a lesson and to remind myself over and over around what not to do and what to do. And while I don't know everything, no one does, but I do know a few things that I've learned that I really choose to do differently moving forward. And that's why I'm sharing these next few videos with you. Well, maybe not in exact order, but what is one of the stupidest things that I've done that has impacted me financially and made me lose money? I would say one of the top ones is believing what my mind is telling me. What do I mean by that? Well, whenever I've gone to do something new and innovative, like go and get a higher paying job, go and buy a property and decide that I want to make it a positive income property, go set up a self-managed super fund and decide that I want to take control of my own wealth creation, my own financial freedom, and listening to my brain telling me all the reasons why you can't do it, why it won't work, why you're not smart enough, why it's not the right time, why you'll fail, why it's too risky, and letting those fear stories stop me from going and doing what could help me move forward in life. Believing these thoughts that we have in our mind, which I believe more and more, most of it is such outdated programming that really doesn't serve us anymore. Because if you know this, it might be a good reminder, but if you don't know this, the mind is there to protect us. These thoughts are there to protect us. They're there to give us thoughts and give us feelings to keep us safe. That's what the brain's job is designed to do. It is designed to keep us safe. And whenever you think about anything that you've done that you now can just do, and I use this analogy a lot, which is driving a car, learning how to drive a car. When we first start, it can be, maybe not for everyone, but it can be overwhelming, it can be new, it can be scary, but you get in the car, you get lessons, you practice, and you keep going and driving, and over time you get better and it's not scary anymore. Or getting a new job, or getting married, or learning a new skill. We all go through these experiences that are really, really scary in the beginning, but as we get better over time, it gets easier. And with knowing that now, sharing that with you, believing those stories, believing those thoughts and thinking that they're true and real has cost me at times lost time, lost opportunity. And I think really the time, if I could say where I've been the stupidest and the most naive and giving into these stupid, outdated thoughts that are just simply not true, it's the loss of time, it's the cost of time. Because another thing that I'll share with you is the stupidity around not realizing that our time is our number one asset. We can always make more money, but we can't make more time. And by that then, if we buy into these stories of whatever it's telling us, which is really underlyingly fear to not go and do something, and that time's gone, we never get it back. We never get it back. I'll give you another example around how costly this fear thinking can be for us, and the loss of time, and what this can mean in money and dollars. And if we're talking about the impact on us financially. I've got a client that I'm talking to and working with, and they work in the medical industry, and they have a good amount of money, and they could tomorrow or today, we can set things up and they can go buy a good $750,000 property in a super fund, because that's one of the things that we do in my company. So we help people buy property and set them up in a self-managed super fund so that they can go and invest in property, put their super into property so they can get higher growth, build a rental income, and create an income source that will fund them in their retirement. So talking with my client, we've gone through everything, everything's good, and they say, oh, you know what? I'm just going to wait a year, because what I'd like to do is I'd just like to have a little bit more money in super so I can go buy a high price property. Now, just get the math here and the cost of fear. And of course, I'm a finance guy, right? So I'm going to do the numbers. Property, 750, 10% per annum average growth. In the Gold Coast, where I live here in Queensland, Australia, capital growth in the area that we're looking at is currently tracking at about 13% per annum, which is a bit higher, which is good. But for the exercise, 750 property, let's say it goes up. Whoops, starting to rain here. I'm under the tree so I can finish my video and share this with you today while it's raining. Look here, if you can see it. Beautiful, beautiful morning though. Love the rain, as long as it's not cold. Okay, so coming back, 750 property, 10% per annum, goes up $75,000 per year. They wait a year, knowing their numbers, they will have an extra $30,000 in their super to go buy a property. But here's the thing. So firstly, they've lost 75 minus 30, what is that? 40, 50, 60, 70. So they've lost $40,000, if that makes sense. But here's the next thing. When they go buy to that property, go to buy a 750 property in a year, it's going to be worth upwards of almost 850 or 825, right? And this all seems logical. The brain says, oh, just put it off, put it on. But it's fear. It is fear stopping us. So this is the other lesson I'll leave. This is my first most important lesson, is if this resonates with you, and it resonates with me deeply, don't let fear stop you from creating what you want to create, doing what you want to do, because it is stupid, it's short-sighted, and it's sloppy. It's sloppy thinking. We've got to be strong, and we've got to stand guard at the door of our mind and not let these stupid stories stop us, unless you want to, because for a lot of people, they just give in to fear and they go, oh, it's too hard, don't want to do it, it won't work, it's too risky. And what I've also learned, and when I've been stupid, is everything worth accomplishing that is important to us lives on the other side of fear. Everything that we truly want in the beginning lives on the other side of fear. I've been stupid, I've let it run me, I've been naive, I've been weak, and I've let it control me, and I haven't got it all figured out. I've got things I'm doing at the moment that I'm afraid of, but I'm moving forward, and I am really saying to myself a lot these days is, if you fear, I choose to succeed. I choose to go for what I want and just to keep moving forward. So lesson for today is, don't let it stop you. And the next thing is time. Thinking that you've got time, putting things off because you've got time. We don't have time. The clock is ticking. Once it's gone, it's gone. I know this is uncomfortable, and that's the other thing, being stupid and naive and giving into uncomfortableness, because it's through uncomfortable that we become comfortable. If you try and do life easy, it's going to be harder. If you do life uncomfortably, it'll be much richer and easier. Thank you for watching. Hope you found this helpful. I'll share more stupid, silly things that I've done over the coming days. My name's Trevor Russell. Please give me a like, subscribe. Tell me what's something that you've done that has stopped you thinking, getting in the way, that you push through and you've done, because you've done the most amazing things. You can do the most amazing things. We have done so many wonderful things, and whatever it is that you want to be, do and have, you can do that too. But remember, don't be stupid, don't be naive. It's always going to be a bit uncomfortable in the beginning till you get better at it, until you keep moving forward and you start doing. Please reach out, Tell me what you're up to, what you've overcome, and let's not be naive and stupid. Let's not give in to these imagined thoughts of doom and gloom. Standing on the edge of a cliff on a windy day is something to be a bit scared of and be precautious of. But going and making a phone call, going and deciding to learn a new skill, going and figuring out how to invest in something, going and looking at what you can do, which if you want help, invest in property, borrow money the right way, build wealth for the long term. But you've got to start and you've got to learn and listen. This is the most important thing if we want to get ahead and we want to have a rich retirement, a richer life, and enjoy the journey on the way. And I think the more I lean into what's uncomfortable and not giving into my mind's stories of doubt and fear, the richer and happier my life gets. Because as you can imagine and know from your own experience, how good does it feel when you've done something that's been overwhelmingly scary, but you went and did it anyway. And if you're watching this, you lived, you got through. I'm sure you've learned. Whether we always get it right, we don't always, but this is how we learn and grow, is to keep moving forward and being willing to trip and fall a bit and not play it all perfect, not get it all right, because the clock is ticking. This will come to an end. So let's make it the best journey that we can. Sending love. You can do this, whatever it is you want. And I'll share more stupid, silly things that I've done in my upcoming videos to help us live richer, happier, wealthier lives. Ciao for now. You got this.